What is really going on in 2020? Coronavirus, the mass lockdown of the planet, the mass rollout of 5G radiation without any studies or scientific proof that it doesn't harm human beings, the mass censorship of Silicon Valley, YouTube, Facebook, so on and so forth. We got a lot to talk about today. Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Sheldon and I help raise the vibrational frequency of this planet by helping people really ascend their consciousness. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about what's really going on in 2020 behind the closed doors. Now, if you're the type of person that takes all their information from the mainstream media, from the news, reading newspapers, listening to the radio, and you're taking all of that as truth, then you are being led down the wrong road. You're being led down a dark path of deception and lies, and that's been happening for your whole entire life. The greatest form of ignorance is dismissing a certain topic and knowing absolutely nothing about it and doing no form of research for yourself. So what I'm going to share today is information that I've gathered over the numerous years of research that I've done, from what I've seen through my own two eyes, from putting all the pieces together, not believing everything I was told. And this has all been a plan for a very long time. I saw this coming and I predicted this for a very long time. A lot of people that are close to me know this. This is the plandemic. This is the last card that they're playing in order to keep people in fear. Whether you're aware of it or not, there is a very small group of people on this planet that control the entirety of the population. Call them whatever you want. You can call them the elite, the Illuminati, the illuminated ones, the cabal. It doesn't matter. We have allowed a very small percentage of people to control the majority. And that's happened through ignorance. The internet has thousands of different sources on it, millions of different sources on it, that people are able to go out and do their own research and collaborate different topics and ideas and draw their own conclusions, yet they still refuse to go and do their own research. So I highly suggest not just taking my word for it, but going out and doing your own research, because we are in a very sensitive time right now. And it is up to us whether or not we're going to allow this to play out or not. Because knowledge is power. And we are very powerful. And that has been hidden from us. The mass rollout of 5G radiation is going on right now, without any scientific studies on whether or not this is harmful for human beings. 5G radiation is millimeter waves, and it is extremely harmful for human beings. It messes with the oxygen in the air, not allowing us to breathe properly. It messes with our DNA, breaks apart our DNA. This has all been proven in scientific studies behind closed doors that aren't on the mainstream media, that haven't been done by the WHO, which is owned by Bill Gates, the same person that said, if we do a good job with vaccines, we can decrease the population by 10 to 15%. He was literally quoted saying that. Yet a lot of people are believing these people, are letting these people run our shows essentially. And this needs to stop right now. 5G is very dangerous, and it's being set up because it is the only thing that can handle what the next step is, what their plan is. Smart cities attached to your smart meters with your RFID chips inside of you that are going to come in the vaccines. This has all been a plan for a very, very, very long time. And they've literally put it right in front of your face. The Simpsons predicted COVID-19, coronavirus, as well as 9/11, Boston Marathon bombing, and the list goes on and on and on, Donald Trump being president, and people are like, oh, the Simpsons predicted this. No, it's because this has been a plan for an extremely long time, and the people behind closed doors are able to pull those strings and tell, Matt Groening to put that in his episodes because they know what's going to happen. Therefore, they're literally telling you. And they do this predictive programming. This is happening through so much media, through so much movies, through so much TV shows. It's unbelievable. And the people that are aware of it see it all the time. Growing up, I was always aware of these things. I always questioned the narrative. And every time I would go to the movies, I'd always see the predictive programming behind the scenes, essentially, kind of hidden. And they do this to put it in front of your face and essentially to laugh at you. But also, it has something to do with their chromatic window. Now, again, I highly suggest you guys go out and do your own research. Ignorance is bliss. So if you're believing one thing that you've been told your whole entire life, you went to school, you watch the news, you read the newspapers, you listen to the radio, all these things owned by the exact same families. 6 media outlets, 6 major corporations own all the media outlets in North America. 6 of them. And they're all owned by the same families that are at the top of the hierarchy. The Bilderbergs and the Rothschilds, which own the Federal Reserve, the banking system. They own all your money. They own YouTube. They own Facebook. They own everything. They own absolutely everything. That's why YouTube is censoring people that are speaking about this information. YouTube literally has a policy in place that says you are not allowed to talk about 5G and coronavirus at the same time. Now, why is that? Why are they deleting people like David Icke off of Facebook and YouTube for speaking his mind, for being able to freely speak? I thought there was freedom of speech here, but they're censoring these people. Now, why is that? Ask yourself that. Why is that? Why are they censoring these people? Because they are afraid. If what they were saying had no premise and no truth to it, why would they censor them? They're censoring these people because they're afraid the truth is getting out. And right now, we are in a time of great awakening. I'm sure there are people watching this right now that are just starting to become aware of this information. And if that is you, I'm telling you to go out and do some research. And there is a positive side to all this as well. Although this seems very dark and negative, and it is on one side, there is a positive side to it. And that's also what's been hidden from you. What's really been hidden from you is your true power and your true potential. And the unconscious entities that control us, these elite people, they know how powerful we are, and they've hid that our whole entire lives. They've told us that we're insignificant, that we're scum, that we're a cancer on earth, essentially. And the only reason we're destroying our planet is because they've controlled the narrative the whole time. They have led us to believe that it's okay to cut down all these trees. They've led us to believe that, we need to slaughter billions of animals each and every year in order for us to survive. No, that's not true. All of that isn't true. Together, collectively, we can create a new world. We are so powerful. Your thoughts create reality, whether you're aware of it or not. Think about it. Literally think about it. Think about what your thought process is and how your reality is played out. Has your reality kept recycling? Have you kept experiencing the same experiences over and over and over again? That's because your thoughts keep recycling. You keep having the same thought patterns every single day. The same emotions. If we can come together and realize how powerful we are collectively. They used to do this in ancient days. This was talked about. This was in ancient iconography in Egypt. How, if there was dark or negative entities that were controlling, the people would come together and they would meditate for world peace. And naturally these entities would disappear. They would leave. Somehow, in some way. That's how powerful consciousness is. Back in April, there was a global meditation. We meditated for world peace for 20 minutes. There was over 1 million of us that took place in it. We raised the Schumann resonance, which is the geomagnetic frequency around the Earth, to unprecedented amounts, decreasing things like crime rates, homicides, suicides. It's unbelievable what the power of us all collectively is. So, although this information is very dark, And it's been very deceiving our whole entire lives. You need to know how powerful you are as an individual. And that love is the highest frequency. And what they're doing right now in the last cards they are playing by this coronavirus, Covid-19. Think about Covid-19. What does that stand for? Certificate of Vaccination Identification. And 19 in the alphabet is AI, artificial intelligence. They're going to inject you with an RFID chip to track you. That's why they have a tracking app right now. Your freedoms are being taken away every single day. And the only way for this to stop is for us to realize how powerful we are as a collective. The biggest thing that they hid from you is this. Is the power you have inside of you. And what they feed off of is fear. So that's why 99.9% of everything that you see on the media is absolute fear. And it's that way for a reason. Because if they keep you in a state of fear, you are easily controlled. It is so easy to control you. It's a lot easier for you to look to authority to solve your problems. Oh yeah, no worries, I'll go to your FEMA camp. We're living in Nazi Germany right now. Our freedoms are being taken away every single day. They just passed a bill in California that, they're able to go into your house and test you for COVID-19, and if you test positive, then they're able to take you away and quarantine you, take you to their FEMA camps, their concentration camps that are set up all over America and Canada. We're literally living in Nazi Germany. And the only way for us to get through all this is to come together and focus on what we want. And I truly believe that collectively we are going to come together and we are going to win this war, because this is a war. This has been a war on consciousness for a very, very long time. There's a reason that they taught you bullshit your whole entire life growing up. They taught you bullshit. They taught you nothing that you need to know in order to survive. They didn't teach you how to grow food. They didn't teach you how to mortgage a house. They didn't teach you how to save money. They taught you how to calculate acute angles, and they taught you his story. Just a bunch of bullshit they taught you. They didn't teach you about who built the pyramids, how advanced these ancient civilizations were, how to open your third eye, how to meditate, how to become very powerful, how to connect to source. They didn't tell you any of that because they know how powerful that is. They hid consciousness. And that's what you are. You are an infinite spiritual being having a temporary human experience. And once you realize that truth, there is no fear. So start doing your research and start drawing your own conclusions, because we are in a very sensitive time. And as you can see, I'm very passionate about this because I know I am right. But don't just take my word for it. Go out and do your own research and stop believing all these lies. But if we keep living our lives as ignorant as we are right now, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. This is a message to humanity. And if I can touch one person, that's game over. It's good. We need to come together with love. And it sounds very cliche, and I understand that, but you guys need to understand that love is the most powerful emotion in the entire universe. And that's what they're afraid of. Hate is the lowest frequency. The lowest frequency. Love is the highest frequency. They keep you in hate and fear, then they've won. So you need to stop watching the media. You need to stop watching the news. If this information that I'm speaking right now, that you're going out and researching, puts you in a low vibration, then you need to step away from it. It's good to know this information, but it's a lot better to know how powerful you are. If you raise your vibration, it's going to help you. It's going to help protect you from 5G radiation, for example. It's going to keep you in a better state of mind. It's going to keep you happier. As a collective, if we all start doing this, we're going to start to see a better world. This needs to happen. The old world is dead. I'm telling you right now, we are never going back to the old ways. I promise you. Mark my words. We are never going back to the old ways. It's going to be a new system of love and peace and abundance, or it's going to be their new world order system where control is the narrative. So it's up to us right now. Yes, this information is dark. Yes, they've been doing this for a very long time. Almost every terrorist attack that you've ever seen has all been orchestrated by these people in order to further this agenda. Chemtrails being sprayed every single day. fluoride in the water, sodium fluoride, which is a neurotoxin, which literally diminishes your pineal gland, which is connected to your third eye. This is what they've done. It's a war on consciousness. That's what it's been the whole time. It's been a war on you and your mind. If you believe everything you're told, you've been in a prison your whole entire life, this matrix prison. So it's time to wake up. Right now is the time to wake up. And I'm speaking about this because I'm directly speaking to people that, are aware of this information, but aren't aware of how powerful they are. And aren't aware that wherever your attention goes, energy flows, and that's what's going to grow. So we need to start stepping away from this. Still giving this information to other people that need it to wake up, for sure. I agree with that. But if you're the type of person that knows this information and keeps feeding it, you are doing exactly what they want you to do. You need to become more aware of what they've really hid from you. And that is this, and this, and this. The five senses is what they've given to you. Consciousness is what they've hid from you. If you start looking inside and turning your direction inward, you're going to start to receive a lot of wisdom. I was put here to portray this message. I came back to this place to portray this message, and it will get out. I promise you guys, it will get out. And we are going to start to realize how powerful we are. The planet is literally shifted into a different density or different dimension, different consciousness. That's why people are waking up. That's why this is the Great Awakening. People are waking up in such immense masses that it's unbelievable. It gives a lot of hope. And that's why they're pulling out these last cards, to keep everyone in fear. So don't believe everything you're told, and start looking inside and start realizing how powerful you are, and take your power back. Because as soon as you start taking your power back, we're going to build a better world for ourselves. But we need to come together right now. It can't be done individually. It has to be done as a collective. Collective consciousness, as we come together with peace and love and abundance and freedom. It'll drown out these unconscious, inorganic beings forever. And we're going to create a new world for ourselves. But it's really up to us right now. So that's the message. That's really what I wanted to get across. Yes, all this stuff is happening. Yes, it is by dark entities. Yes, we are being controlled. But we have the power to take our power back. And the first step is to look inside, to turn your attention inwards, to silence the mind. Right now, there's a very big opportunity for you guys to take your power back. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I put all my social media platforms down below. Reach out to me. Any questions you want, we can set up a call. It doesn't matter. I will help anyone. It does not matter who you are. I will help whoever it is. Whoever needs help. Whoever needs a positive outlook on life right now. Whoever needs to get out of the hole or out of the gutter. Come to me. I will help you. I'm extremely happy and grateful for everything that's happening in life still, because I know that this is all part of a bigger plan, a bigger agenda than just theirs. That nothing happens without the universe's permission. That we are infinite spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. And once you realize this truth, there is no fear whatsoever. And once there's no fear, they don't win. They feed off of fear. The Matrix was literally a documentary. So, red pill or blue pill, what do you guys want? Wake up to who you truly are. Take back your power. Lead with love. And we will be okay. And that's the message. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, press the like button, subscribe. Please share it, because this is very important information. And we'll be back soon. Thanks a lot. Peace and love.